prediction. Natural event. Devastating disease. I still set a shortest deadline for you so that you reflect and leave the way which you now walk on earth. And when the hour has come, which is to bring about the downfall of those, you will recognize it by the light of day, how it gives way at unusual times, and you will see the last sign in darkness. You will be warned for the last time and again admonished to turn back because the individual can still avert eternal ruin for himself, still the possibility is offered to him to save his soul, and he then only gives his life to receive it again. But this hour will be terrible because the earth shakes, the water rushes out and floods the land with roaring and roaring, and mankind recognizes that it is powerless towards the goings-on of the forces of nature. And the despair will be great and the horror indescribable when the approaching end is recognizable to them, and a great accusation against the deity will sound, but they do not think of their own guilt. They remain stubborn even in this great trouble except for few whom I will visibly help, because they are not to be completely destroyed who give the Lord God the honor and confess their guilt to Him. And the judgment will only be short, and when the sun again breaks through the clouds the horror of the night is finished. But the earthly damage is unmistakable. The sun will shine more brightly than ever, calm and mild the air will be felt, and everything will present itself in the light of dawn to the eyes of the survivors. But the horror will not make men happy until they have not surrendered to me and leave all further ways to me myself. And my spirit will enlighten these weak, they will suddenly become seeing, and the horror gives way to a higher knowledge, they praise and extol me and are happy and thankful that I have mercy on them and have chosen them for the reproduction of the race. And their love for me will be inflamed, and they will compete to offer their services to me, and I will choose them to be my servants. And now spiritual food will be offered to them, and the exceedingly great spiritual trouble will have come to an end, and a new age will begin that puts spiritual striving in the foreground and lets worldly desire only weakly be recognized. Those who take part in this great event will remember it until its end, because obviously the divine Creator expressed Himself. A messenger of God goes through the land and lets his exhortation sound before the world will first avoid the land, which transmits misery and misery to all people through sickness and epidemics of all kinds. A devastating disease will afflict men, and they will find no salvation. And this will be the beginning of the end. And now the new kingdom has come into being, a just judge rules this, a benevolent wise monarch, who without finding resistance will be recognized everywhere, and even if the world of appearance still rules everything at the moment, it will disintegrate and have to give way to the new time, and truth and justice will be the characteristic that a separation has taken place from all unclean. That the lie and the appearance had to give way because it was my will. Amen.